Hello, everyone, and welcome. Trying to get back in the groove of things. It's been a minute. So, anyway, glad you're all here. I needed something easy to do tonight because I have had a lot going on. And so I thought, what would be easier than a card kit? Hello, Michelle. Hello, Teresa. Welcome. Hey, Jay. Oh, you like my intro music? Yay. Oh, well, thank you, Jay. That's nice. You guys missed me. So nice. Hey, Lisa. Um, so what I thought we would do is we would bring in the Make It Merry kit and use it today. So I've got it. Ooh, we've got some shine on there. Um, my desk is a little bit moved a little bit since I went live last time. But anyway, just welcome everyone and a ray of sunshine. Oh yeah, we got plenty of sun on vacation. As you guys know, I kind of took a little bit of a long vacation and I've missed going live a couple of weeks in a row and trying to get back into the groove. I will tell you, I just needed something easy tonight, and so I thought I'd grab the kit. I actually took the kit with me on vacation just in case I thought I might have some chance to get crafty, but I didn't work with it at all. I did take Fergus with me, and this is about all I got done. I took just a bag with the sewing stuff for Fergus, and I got the hat done, and that was all I did. This material here was thick and it was hard to actually see the holes, and it was really hard to work with without this lighting that I have for in my craft room. So that's as much as I got done on vacation, but I really needed a break anyway. So, but I'll finish Fergus. This is going to be my little sunflower one. So I've got my Make It Merry kit, thought we would work with it. I'll show you, I've got half of my Christmas kits here already. And I kind of took a little sneak peek at it before we went live. And I've made at least this many Christmas cards with the kit already. Um, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 so far that we've done with this kit. Actually, this one is not included. I actually stole the card base from the kit to make this card. Anyway, so I guess I made 18 with this already. This kit, you can make a lot with. And this, I don't know how many cards I have in here, but this is just all my Spellbinders. And then I have a whole nother bin that has other Christmas cards in there. So I really am set, but I needed something more to work with tonight, so I thought I would work with this. That looks very involved. Oh yeah, that particular one. I think you're referring to this particular card here. And yes, it is. It's a Spellbinders kit. Lovely. I used the horse drawn carriage and then the barn and put them two together. So yeah, Wells Fargo vibes. Yeah. Yeah, this Country Christmas, all of the dies that are included with it are just fantastic. I need to bring them back out because I'm an affiliate. I get a lot of product, and a lot of times it's like I do one and then I put it away. And anyway, Christy Marquette makes 100 plus in a year for 1 year. I know I've easily made 100 um, as well. I usually send out, gosh, I don't know, 70 or more cards every year just because of, we do it for church and everything else. So anyway, what I did was I tried to get this stuff a little bit organized. These are card bases here. This was a stray card panel. And I had in here, I didn't do anything to prep for this. This stuff was already in there. I need to get that foil paper out of there because it's going to glare. But I had some strips I've got, and I haven't used, any of the wax seals. One of them I've used, but those are included in the kit. But I already had all of these panels that I had embossed with various Spellbinders embossing folders, and those are ready. And then I cut my panels down. I cut half of them down into A2 size so they would fit the A2 envelopes that are included in the kit. And then I left some of them full sheets so that I could use them for the 5x7s. But I've blown up all those card bases, so I can cut these down now. But that's what we've got, and I wanted to keep it simple. I'm not I've got the stamped image, probably won't work with that tonight. It is a really big Christmas kit and you can get a lot out of it. So I'm just gonna lay that aside. Here's some scrap paper that I had. We've got these panels. I'm gonna lay them aside. Some colored cardstock that we can use. And I thought I have a few where I've gotten into the pattern paper, but I really haven't done much with this pattern paper. So I thought it might be fun to do that and really to work with the ephemera that is included. Now this one has cut aparts that you can use for it, but there's just lots of different options here that you can work with. So we have been very, very busy, had a lot going on. We just had a big car show in town. Pat and I went to a concert over the weekend. We went and saw ELO. My sister wanted me to make a bunch of cards for the car show so that she could sell them. She's been selling them. So that kept me kind of busy trying to get it ready. And then when I got back from vacation, I had 11 packages waiting on me. And I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, a lot of stuff to work with. I'm very, very busy right now, and I just got to get organized and get back into the groove. And I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but Daria and I were going to go live tomorrow morning, but I got my 4th letter this year for jury duty, and I checked the website, and I have to go tomorrow. So we're not going to be going live, I don't think, unless they would excuse me early. But anyway, so this just has the contents. You actually, in this kit, you get 13 A2 card bases, 12 5x7 card and envelopes. You get the envelopes for the A2, 14 sheets of cardstock, 4 sheets of foil paper, a 6x6 40 sheet paper pat. You get the die cut images and sentiments and embellishments, sticker sheets, the stamp, the wax seal, sequins, foam stickers, foam squares, and adhesive tape. I don't know where the foam squares or the adhesive tape is. I've done something with it. But what I did was I separated these. I've got all the tags in here. We've kind of got the little different elements, people, houses, stuff like that. Florals here, sentiments here. And then I've got banners. I've got some background borders, some circles, some packages, and some stars and stuff there, just so that I could grab it easily and take care of it. Michelle is saying that she found jury duty fascinating when she served. Yeah, I have served before. I have been, I don't know how many times I've been called. I'm like a frequent flyer. They just keep asking me to come back. The last time I actually went, I did have to serve on a case, and we spent a couple days doing that. And yeah, it was definitely interesting. So I don't know what'll happen tomorrow. We will see. But hopefully, maybe I'll get excused, because this is the particular week that I am supposed to be getting my grandsons ready for school. And because their other grandma who's been doing it, their grandpa has to have surgery, either hip or knee. I can't remember what it is, but anyway, so he's having that tomorrow. So I'm going to have them the whole week while they get situated after that surgery. So anyway, I was thinking that it might be fun, because I haven't used them yet, to bring in like a tag and maybe some floral elements and just kind of create a cluster and add it to our card. Now we've got this white tag here that kind of looks like it's on, I don't know, ledger paper or something. It's got lines on it. It says Christmas wish, date, and did it come true or not. And I don't know if this is the good list or the bad list. I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, that's what's on the paper. Super fun. Let's see. Jim said he was an alternate on a medical case, and it was a malpractice case. Wow. Hey, Cordelia, glad you were able to make it. The young man next door came over for his half loaf of bread. Oh, that's nice that you made him some. So that's very nice. Anyway, so I thought we would just kind of cluster some stuff up and use some of the pattern paper and kind of go in that direction for the first one. And then I don't know what else we'll do, because did not prepare. I just didn't have time, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So this is white, and then we have red on there. So I feel like we want kind of a color background paper for this to really make it stand out. So I'm just going to flip through here real quick and see what we've got. Wonder how that would look on there. That might be pretty. Let's go with that. This isn't something I would normally gravitate toward, so we'll go with that. Just trying to do some different things. So the one that I had was a drug case, and this guy had a rap sheet like you wouldn't believe. And you're allowed to talk about it after the fact, but you're not allowed to talk about it when it's going on. So anyway, this guy had a pretty bad rap sheet, and um, there was an informant involved, and there was a video, and so there was actually videos of the transactions that transpired. And so we had that to look at. I think I'm going to do that. Anyway, so that was the case that I was on. And and what was interesting, even though we had video and stuff, there were some people on the jury that just weren't convinced. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we had to deliberate for a while until we could come to the conclusion that what we saw was what happened. Anyway, I was about to put that on upside down. So I just trimmed that card base down because that panel was a little bit smaller. So we're going to go with that. And then we're going to bring in this darker pattern here and use it. So for it, I think I'll go 3 3/4 by 5. And then that'll give us a little bit of that embossed panel showing on there. So it was very interesting. A little bit unnerving because the guy just sat and stared the whole time, like stared you down the whole time. So it was a little bit unnerving. And what's interesting is I wouldn't normally think, I thought for sure I would not be selected because I have 3 kids that are in law enforcement. I mean, they're, so I really didn't think that they would select me, but by golly, they did. It really surprised me. And, you have to tell them that. And so, and I'm pretty sure that, because they have you fill out a questionnaire when you get your first letter. And I put on there because it makes you say, it asks the question, do you have any, family members that are in law enforcement or whatever? And you have to tell them who and what and everything else. So it's really kind of interesting that they did go ahead and select me. And what was funny was, let's see, Cordelia says the first 2 times she got called, they would ask if you had children and where they went to school. I don't like that either. Oh, I'm glad they have changed that. No, I don't like that at all. Especially because when you're there and you're being selected, the defendant's sitting there. So, yeah, that's kind of weird. What I was going to say about the last time that I went, what was incredibly odd was I was in one courtroom and my husband, he had gotten the letter too, and he was in the other courtroom. So we were both up at the courthouse at the same time. Now, when he got there, his case had been settled. So they went ahead and dismissed everyone right off the bat. And of course, he doesn't know what's going on with me. And so he gets to go home, and we had driven separately. And then I get home and I'm like, oh, guess what? I've been selected, so I'm going to be serving. But anyway, so we will see what happens tomorrow. So I told, Dory and I were talking because we hadn't been able to craft in a while because she's been on vacation, then I was on vacation and everything. And I said, oh, we should be able to on Monday. And then I remembered that I had that letter because they send it to you well in advance. And Pat's like, oh, you got to call. You can actually call a phone number like on a Friday evening after the workday. Or they actually have a Facebook page that notifies you as well. So we were getting ready to go to the concert, and he goes, oh, don't forget, you've got to follow up on that. And so I said, oh, we'll get in the car and head out, and I'll look on the Facebook page. And what was funny was my sister had looked, and she tagged me and said, oh, you're going. So I was like, oh. Anyway, but that's what happens. I guess, I understand they're kind of hard up, that they have a hard time finding people that'll do it. I thought that, as a registered voter, you're on the list, but I don't know. I guess a lot of people don't want to do it. Well, and there's so much scary stuff going on right now. So let's see. Hey, Denise, welcome. We are just talking about everything that I've been doing and have upcoming in the near future. So yeah, when I got home, I had, I think, 7 boxes at home and 4 at my P.O. box, because I have some stuff come to my P.O. box and some to my house. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I felt bad because my mom was having to run. Of course, they had gone on vacation right before we did. So I did the same thing for them. I was running and grabbing their packages because they had stuff coming. But I felt bad because I kept having to text her and say, another delivery has been made, and she'd run over and get it. Anyway, so what I'm thinking is we'll just kind of cluster some flower things on here and get a cinema and kind of use, because I generally kind of shy away from this type of thing here, and I don't normally work with it. So I thought perhaps I should challenge myself to work with some of the pieces that I wouldn't normally work with. And so I'm going to use that, and I think that'll be pretty. So that was that was my first thought. Beyond that, I haven't had any thoughts. So I think I made 2 videos today, because I'm trying to kind of get ahead because I've got all of this product that I need to work with. So I did make 2 videos today. I made one that would air tomorrow since I'm not going to be able to go live. And it was just some, I don't even remember what it was, some probably old product that I brought back in and worked with, I think. And then I'm trying to get ahead on some of the design teamwork that I've got. So I'm trying to crank some of that out and get those ready. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff on the channel for you to check out. Cat Scrappiness is having several new releases. We've got one this coming weekend, and then in 2 weeks another one, and then in 2 weeks another one, and I think 2 weeks another one. So she's going to have some really fun stuff coming out. So you guys might want to be watching for that and seeing some of the product that she's got going on. So that's always fun. And then of course we've got Spellbinders clubs that are coming up, which I've done my videos for some of them for that. And we've got the Not Too Shabby Monthly Mood. I've been working with my Love from Lizzie kit. So that's been airing on my channel. So that'll be fun. I'm going to bring this in and pop it up. I'm just going to start layering and just trying to create some little clusters here. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Blossom, if I got selected, I'd be in contempt of court within 5 seconds because I'm not a person who bites my tongue. Well, I will tell you, people in the selection chairs will say some things wildly so that they will be excused. At least that's my experience. In the last time I was there, they had said some things that were they immediately got dismissed. So you can imagine. I think I'll just layer it in center, and it'll add some gold to that and just give it a little bit of dimension there. That looks pretty. Now I feel like we need something to kind of jazz it up. So I've got all these sentiments here, and I did stamp some of them out ahead of time, but I don't think I want to use white because we've got so much white there. So I think this greenish black would look nice coming back in with it. Let's do that. Anyway, but yeah, people that, they show up because it's, they say you can be held in contempt if you don't or whatever. I don't even know if they do anything about it, but then they'll, when it comes their turn and they ask them something, they'll say kind of something crazy so that they'll get excused. So I have no idea what, what this could be. So I'll find out in the morning. And I did check again, just in case maybe something had occurred since the last time I checked and maybe they canceled. But last time I looked, it's on. And generally they're not going to, cancel over the weekend because I don't think any of those people are probably working and paying it, to where they would cancel it. But I'm just going to lay that down on there. And I need to say, Jay's cards turned out beautiful. And I loved how he was able to overcome, um, when you get something laid down crooked or whatever, it didn't bother him at all. He just moved right on and overcame with it. So, um, Blossom says she's an honest person, but very open about her thoughts. Well, and that's certainly fine. And some of those thoughts, are not things that, they want to hear. So they'll bounce you out of there. And that's fine, because anyway, so I also have all of these pieces here too that I don't know if I showed you this or not. You've got all these, you know, um, thick bubble type thing, or I don't know what you call these, chipboard pieces or whatever. There's lots and lots and lots. I haven't even opened these. So you guys can see I've made that many cards and not even opened two of them. You could, Jay, I am good at apparently cutting card bases incorrectly because almost every video I have to trim my card base. So I know I'm very good at that. And I am very good at not getting it glued down correctly. So anyway, yeah, both of those cards turned out. The fall one, they both were gorgeous. I love the Bitty Penny paper. Thought it was lovely and it turned out very nice. Now I'm wanting to work with some green, I think. And I think I'm going to do another tag just to kind of keep in that um, mode of using something that I don't normally use from the kits. I have in past kits, I typically, will, work with everything else and kind of stay away from some of those pieces. So I'm going to make myself do it tonight. But, and I have some card bases. There they are. Let's see. So we got another card base. And this one, I mean, it's just kind of black and white and red. And I think it looks really pretty. And I like the tag. I don't know. I made some tags. Did I show them? Let me grab those real quick. If you don't mind, I'll grab them. Where are they? And I may have showed you these already, but I made some tags after I watched the Ranger, Tim Holtz, make some tags and stuff. And I made this, and they're really pretty. So I don't know why I kind of shy away from the tags. I put some stickles on these and really kind of jazz those up. In fact, I probably can do it with this and make it look a little bit fancier. Sometimes your ephemera pieces will be, they're not as shiny as some other things or whatever. So you could definitely add some stickles to it to kind of add a little bit of sparkle and shine. So I'm just going to do that on the berries. And then instead of putting like, gems or embellishments on there, I'll have a little sparkle. The gem or the embellishments that came in this kit, and I don't have them handy, I don't know where they are, were pink sequins, and they didn't speak to me. So that was the one thing about the kit I didn't like. So just added some of that to there, and that'll make that have a little sparkle to it. I think that looks pretty. All right, let's move on. So let's see. Your husband has been called several times, and each time before the first day, the jury gets canceled every time. Yeah, that happened with Pat. I've seen more people I know get called for jury this year than I've ever seen. Your daughter and husband have been called. They dismissed since your daughter has a baby, but husband served. Yeah. Well, and you guys probably know, because I know I've mentioned this on my channel, but I have had, this is the fourth letter. The first three times I didn't get called. So I knew that the gig was up for me. I thought, I've gotten by three times. I said to Pat, I said, I don't think I'm going to get by this time. And sure enough, I did not. So I must see, this is what I'm talking about, Jay. This is a card base that I made. Oh, hang on. Got it lined up wrong for one thing. See if I can get it lined up and see if it's any closer. But I've cut the panel and I've cut the card base. And something's not jiving. So and it's frequent enough that I'm like, is it the trimmer? Is it user error? Or what is it? And I can't get this laid down right. There we go. So you can see And I've cut both of them. I've cut both the card base and the panel, and I just cannot evidently cut them right. You love gold for Christmas. The Kiki love. Sabrina from Scrappy Tell's mom got you hooked on silver and oh, I love silver and navy for Christmas and winter. I love those colors. They look fantastic together. Anyway, so we've got this green, and we have a green tag, and we have some gold here. I think that would look nice. That's bringing in the gold that Jay loves, and I just feel like we need something to go with it. So yeah, I think it'd be nice. Let's find some patterned paper because I'm trying to use it, and we can add it to our green, and then we will have. Blossom said her husband served 20 years plus and is a retiree member. I wonder if he'll be excused if they actually have him present. I don't know. What do you serve as? I don't know that I read that. Was he? Let's try to see what he served as. Okay, so let's find some pattern paper that'll coordinate nicely with this. I think I like this. Let's do this. We have had, I don't know if you noticed, I see a little gnat flying around here. And when it's canning season, and our garden has just been we've been very, very blessed. It's been very robust, and we've done a lot of, my husband has done a lot of canning. And when we get home, of course, there's a lot more stuff that needs to be canned and stuff. So I don't know if that's why the gnats are here. Yesterday, I did pull up, yeah, tomatoes and gnats go together. Yes, and he is canning tomato juice and that. Yesterday, I did bring in all of the onions and the carrots, and I brought in the sweet potatoes and a whole bunch of green peppers. In fact, I took a basket of them to church today because I have sliced, diced, stuffed, and froze so many peppers, and they're still just really coming on. So we have got a lot, and so I'm very thankful for that. It's been very nice. Because the garden's been it's been so great, and we got our beef locally, and so everything's stocked and nice, with all the garden stuff and everything. What did I drop? I think I dropped my stickles. They're down there somewhere. Well, if we need them, I'll have to go on a mad hunt. And I'm not sure I got that lined up exactly straight, but I think it'll work. Anyway, so lots of veggies and lots of gnats. And I mean, I don't know why, because we keep things pretty clean. I mean, I'm always thinking, oh, if people see that, they're going to think. So I'm going to lay this, have yourself a merry little Christmas down on here. We'll bring in, I have some gold ribbon as well. And I'm going to need some, hopefully this will fit through there. It's kind of a little bit thicker. So hopefully I can weed it through there. I don't know. And I need to bring in some kind of something to jazz it up a bit. Let's see. You see foil? Yeah, there's a little bit of foil on there. So anyway, so back to the car show. So our town has a really big car show, really, really big. And it's kind of like a 4-day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They wrap it up on Sunday. But on Thursday night, they have like a cruise in at the school. In fact, the kids can't go to school. They didn't go to school on Friday. They had e-learning because the buses just cannot get around town. They just can't. It's just too packed. Anyway, so that was Friday. But Thursday night, they had, I think it was Thursday night. Yeah, it was Thursday night because Friday night we went to the concert. Thursday night, they had at our Performing Arts Center, they had an outdoor theater set up, kind of like an outdoor drive-in. They brought in a special kind of blow-up outdoor screen, and they aired American Graffiti in the parking lot with, and where all the old cars drove in, and everybody kind of sit out there. I know Jana, I don't know if she's in the live, but Jana knows this because I was texting her some pictures. We were watching the movie, but it was so fun. We had been at the school for a track meet. I don't know. And when we got done with that, we swung by my house and I made popcorn and grabbed us some water. My sister and I went and watched it, and it was so fun. It was outside, and I told her I don't know that I've ever seen American Graffiti from beginning to end, and it was just really fun in the dark and outside and super fun. So we did that. Hello from Michigan. You just came across my channel. Anyone who crafts and gardens is A1 in my book. Well, thank you. Welcome. I usually go live on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I follow Jay. Jay is at Crafts by Jay. He is in the chat. And so you can catch us live on Sunday nights. I typically go live on Mondays in the morning at 10 a.m., but because of upcoming jury duty, will not be live tomorrow. And then I do a daily video on my channel. So there's lots of opportunity to check out some crafty inspiration from me. Anyway, so thanks for popping in, E. Miller. So, yeah, and this is a good, fun, crafty group. It's a safe place, and we've got some fun people. So, all right, so I've got my green. I like this. I think even simple. I think it looks nice, but I think we could add something to it. Blossom said she loves her Sunday Night Crafty Pals. I do too. It's really fun. We've got, this could be fun, adding this to it. I think that will be fun. And that kind of reminds me of that. I did that citrus spritz card the other day on my channel, and I like how it turned out. That was fun. So we'll just pop this up and lay it down on here. I have this foam that was left over from another piece. I'm just going to cut it down and stick it on there. And it's already got the backer sheet off of it, so it's sticking to everything. But anyway, so I'm just going to tuck that on there. I think that's kind of a fun little element. And we also had, we've got the birds that I think would coordinate nice with this. So I think we can add that, and then that will pretty much finish off this card. You subscribed. You've been looking for lives for Sunday nights. Well, awesome. Well, yeah, you'll be sure and check us out. Jay is in Crafts by Jay. You can see he is in the chat there, and he goes live before I do. He goes at 7. And then I go at 8. I started a little early because he finished a little early. We kind of run just in tandem with each other. If he wraps up early, a lot of times I'll start a little bit early, and we do that. But we've got a good crowd that joins us on Sunday nights, and it's a lot of fun. And we work with a lot of different products. So right now I'm working with the Spellbinders Merry Kit. If you came in late, you might not have noticed that, but I'll show you the kit. This is the kit. It's linked in the description box below, but it is just chocked full. I've got like all of my ephemera pieces laid out here in a couple different things. I've separated them so that I can easily find it. They included several nice card bases. This is an A2 size, and there were also 5x7s, which I've used up the 5x7s at this point. But anyway, and I've been on vacation for, I don't know, 2 weeks, and I'm just getting back into the swing of things. And so I wanted to do something simple tonight, so I decided to use the card kit and just kind of keep it easy on myself and turn out some cards. So I'm looking for those wax melts because I thought, there we go. I thought maybe there might be one that we could put on here. I don't know. We've got a gold joy. And that could be fun because I've not been using. There's one with a Christmas tree there. And we've got a green bow. Let's put this Christmas tree on there. It's kind of a golden color. And normally you would probably use this for your envelope or whatever, but I thought it might be fun to put it in that open space right there instead of an embellishment. So now I've got some foam tape stuck on here. I did get, you guys might notice, I did go ahead and get another sweet petunia. You know, I gave mine to Daria because I was kind of aggravated with it. It was constantly getting, um, you know, like clogged up and I couldn't get it to work. So I gave it to her. It's been working great for her. I didn't know if it was my temperature, my climate, or whatever. But since I've gotten this new one, which I did pick up in the cat scrappiness shop, she's got them in there and they're reasonably priced. But since I've got this, I haven't had any trouble with it. And you know what I think it is? I honestly think it is the fact that it is the Novu glue that was included in it. I think that's why I'm not having problems because I was putting my Barely Art glue in there, and from then on I had problems. So I think I'm going to buy some of this glue just to use in here. I do have quite a bit of my Barely Art glue still, but I'm going to do that. So here's my second card. We're doing pretty good. It's 8:29 and we got 2 cards made already. I need to look at my comments. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Oh, Denise said she loves her glue press. Well, I'm glad you do. I struggled with it. At first I loved it, and then I started struggling with it, and I was just frustrated. And Daria and I was talking about it, and I was like, I'll just. And she was having wrist problems. She was wearing a brace on her wrist or whatever, and I said, I'm just going to send you that, and so I did, and she's loving it. And so, and then I saw that Kat was carrying them. I thought, well, I'm going to give it another try. So that's what I did. So I'm going to use this card base here that Spellbinders made, and let's see if I can, if uh, if I can get it lined up any better. And I'll measure it. It's 5.5 by 4.25 straight on. I used the smaller tip for the Barely Art in the bottle. Yes, I did. And then I couldn't get it to work, so I put the bigger one in there, and still, and I don't know, it just might be the humidity, because it did seem like different times during the seasons or whatever, it would work better than others. So, um, so that could have been my problem. I don't know. So I'm just looking through here, seeing what I want to work with. And you've got, you have all these these pieces of ephemera that are similar to this. So you have just tons and tons and tons of stuff that you can work with. So I'm going to just keep going with the pattern paper and the ephemera and just bringing in bits and pieces as we go. So let's see, does something speak to me right at the moment? And these are all the little tags, and we've got these tickets. We've got a lot of tickets too, some ornaments and stars, just lots of fun stuff. Let's see, have I worked with, I think I have worked with that. There's a tag. I'm into the floral tonight for some reason. Okay, here's one. Here's a Santa's Mel. This is something that I would steer away from as well. So we'll work with that and see what we can come up with. I think it'd be really pretty on some red. So let's see. Kind of like that. I think I want a solid red. We'll just flip through here and see what we got. This is kind of fun. Let's do this because Santa's Mel is going to go kind of across the globe, I guess, or whatever. And this might be fun to work with. And this is something, wouldn't seem very Christmassy. Let's see, at Craft by Jay, card making and paper craft. I took a quick look at your video from tonight and liked what I saw. I subscribed to your channel. Oh, that's wonderful. Appreciate that. Oh, Shanna, see Queen Bee's comment. Shanna, may I make an announcement here? Well, I don't know what it's going to be, but if it's YouTube appropriate, you certainly can. Queen Bee's been helping me kind of grow my channel. She's been sharing me out and stuff like that. I've been having some pretty good, oh, this would be cute with it too, but I'm going to go with that. Anyway, so let's see what she has to say. Thanks, it's a bit free form live. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jay has a lot of um, Happy Mail, and he usually starts his um, videos off with showing Happy Mail and stuff that friends have sent to him and stuff like that. So that's Jay usually has quite a bit of that on his channel as he is um, crafting. Usually he starts off with that and does that. And he does do some craft roulette cards. So if you have not, I guess I'm putting a plug in for them too. If you are not familiar with craft roulette and you need some Friday night inspiration, you might check that out. Yeah, Jay says he loves swapping cards. Oh, let's see. My announcement is the Lord has blessed me with 3,000 to her. She's got 3,000 on her channel. You got the notification from YouTube yesterday. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Um, and Jim is adding to the fact that Jay does have cat visitors that pop up during his lives because he's got a cat that likes to be on the camera. So everyone's just wishing Queen Bee congrats for her channel growth. Yeah, was really excited that I hit 2,500 and then I quickly hit 2,600 and now we're well on our way. I keep wanting to put that on there upside down. We're well on our way to an even larger number. Do I want to do that? I don't think so. I think red would be prettier. I don't know that I have. Let's see what the darker tone looks like with it. I've got this one. That might be better. Yeah, let's do that. And if we lay this like this, oh, we can do that. All right. So, oh, Queen Bee says thank you for the shout out, and she's working on helping me sharing out my channel. So I appreciate it. It's just wonderful how everybody is so kind to everyone in the group. That was one of the things, and I just randomly talk about everything when I'm going live, so you guys never know. And when I have videos, you never know what I'm going to talk about. But that was one of the things that was kind of a fear factor for me of going on YouTube was just, kind of, mean people or mean-spirited people or, just evil in general. And our community has just been really, really fantastic. So we've been fortunate that we have such a great group. What about a green or blue base to match the ink on the envelope? The ink on the envelope. The ink is pink and red. And then we have gold. I guess maybe that might be a little bit green there. Yeah, that's what Jim always makes great suggestions. Jim's on the lives on Sunday night, and he always helps me amp up my card making to where it just adds sparkle. And Blossom does too. In fact, the whole crowd chimes in. Feel free to suggest things as you see it, because when you're live and you're talking and you're trying to keep everything going, you sometimes can't see the forest for the trees. And sometimes I'll have, oh, you thought there was blue in there? Yeah. Sometimes I'll have like an avalanche because you pile things. You can see I'm getting a pile on here. You pile things up as you're going live, and sometimes they go crashing to the floor. So that has happened to me on many occasions. And it's always looks like a mess when you get done. So you have to do a cleanup. And because I do videos every day, I have to keep clean and organized so that I'm ready to go the next day and to get started. So I'm in good shape. I've got tomorrow's video ready. It's already loaded. And Tuesday I don't have, but I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then part of next week. So I am ahead of the game, which is great. And I'm happy about that. Okay, so I'm not sure about this. I guess it'll be all right. It'll pop because we've got a lot of white there. So we got to locate the foam tape. Doesn't matter. We'll get it laid down on here. Let's see. Queen Bee says she's been here since I was celebrating 2000 to my channel, and that's when you gave me a shout out. Aw. Well, you know what? My thing is, I try to support people who support me. I really do. And if I'm missing, I hate it um, when I miss a live or something. I try to find it. But with the grandkids, and I've just recently stopped having them every single day, which I am going to have them every day this week. But it's just hard to catch everything, and you just hate it when you miss, your friends' lives and stuff. So, okay. So I wonder if we have, oh, this is cute. I was thinking this little with love thing. I thought this together with love is cute, but I don't know if it's the right thing for this. I thought it'd be cute to take some of these that have the sentiments on there like that and to put them together, and you'd have together with love. I'm not sure. I don't know. So we'll look around here and see what else we might find. I was thinking if, we need something on here for this. And I'm just going to look at all of our little bits and pieces and see what we've got that we might add some words to. This might be good. We've got the Santa now, but it already has like the exchange on there. Maybe it'd be fun to maybe use some of these stickers in different spots on here, because I'm generally not inclined to use the stickers as much. So it might be fun to put some of those on here and just decorate up some of these spaces. You've even got jingle bells on here. That is super cute. All these little Merry Christmases and some deer. Very cute. So I don't know. What would you guys put on that? Do we have a good Santa one? I kind of like this. It's going to bring in some green, but it says feel the magic of Christmas. I think we'll bring that in. Hopefully I can get it laid down somewhat straight on here. It's kind of hard, the angle that I'm at. Feel the magic. Let's see. The Believe sticker. Yeah, I thought that would be cute on there. Where is that? Did I lose it? There's gotta be one. Oh, this is cute. This Hello Santa. Because that sounds like the way a child would address an envelope. Hello, Santa. Feel the magic. And if you guys see that Believe, let me know, because I'm not seeing it right at the moment. There we go. There it is. Yeah, the Believe sticker. Everybody's voting for the Believe sticker. Miss Frisbee. Mrs. Frisbee. Who's Mrs. Frisbee? I don't know who that is. That's cute. Okay, I feel like I need some, some dimension on here. So we'll pop this up and put it on there. And I made that too big. Everybody likes that as a sentiment. Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim. I've never heard of that. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Gretchen. Gretchen also follows on Sunday nights and Images by Gretchen or something like that. And she actually reads storybooks, and they're generally children's storybooks. And it's always so fun. And there's a good crowd with that too. And a lot of times when I get done, I will pop over and check her out. I don't know if you guys have seen her or not, but that's kind of a fun one to check out. Oh, it's a book and a cartoon. Okay. Now, I was saying that the kids couldn't go to school on Friday, and I actually had them on Friday for a little bit, and I had to do e-learning with them. And so, oh, this is cute. I didn't even see the back of this. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see the back of it. Do the other ones have stuff in the back? Very cute. Anyway, so we had to read a book, which they love reading. And then they had to color in one of the little animals on there that proved they read the book. And then they had a sheet where you wrote the name of the book and they had to draw the character. And then they both had to practice writing their names. Now, keeping in mind, these are 3 and 4-year-olds, but they did fantastic. And it went very well. So, oh, there's a little thing that's loose on there. I don't want to use that. But I saw something on here. I don't know where this goes. Now I'm just kind of using bits and pieces of stuff to just use that. But I think that's cute. So that's, like I said, that's not something that I would normally use. I would steer away from this type of thing and that just because it's not my jam, florals and stuff like that. But anyway, so let's keep going. It is 8:45. We might be able to make a couple more. I laughed, Jay, when you said, "Oh, I'm starting to feel like Shannon. I got 6 cards down or whatever." I'm known for my ability to craft rather quickly. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's what I do. So bring in a card base. And let's just see. I'm kind of letting the ephemera dictate what pattern paper we use or whatever. We've got a sleigh here. We've got a couple houses. It might be cute to do kind of a little scene with the sleigh and the house. And we could bring in maybe, I don't know. Oh, there are some deer in here as well. Let's see if I can find them. I don't know. Trying to figure out what I might want to put on there. Ooh, I like this house. Let's do that. Okay. We have a North Pole sign too. And you've got nutcrackers and there's a hot air balloon. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this and we'll just see what we can. Oh, you like the North Pole sign? Let's see. Jay said, Shannon, I thought of you. I showed up to one meeting and somehow was running a thing an hour later. Oh, man. Yeah, that's how it goes, man. I feel you. I have a lot of things going on all the time. So it's pretty crazy. Oh, I like that. Just taking a quick peek at what we got. Let's see. Oh, Blossom, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining my channel. I don't, I don't promote it a lot, but I do have membership on my channel, and you can get to see, depending on what level or whatever, you can see some of my videos early and get shout outs and different stuff like that. So, but thank you very, very much. I greatly appreciate that. Jay says, yeah, those church ladies will get you when you least expect it. Believe me. And you guys know I'm the treasurer at the church. I play on the praise team at the church. And I'm on the counting team at the church. And so I do a lot of different things at the church. So yeah. What happens, Jay, is they find somebody that's willing to volunteer and to help. And sometimes it's hard to find people. And so when they find someone, you get real busy. serving. So, and that's the way we have to let Jay. Jay's been a member for 14 months. He has. I need to give you a shout out. Yeah, Jay has been a member of my channel for. He does have a milestone. So you certainly do, and I greatly appreciate it. 99% of life is showing up. That is exactly right. That is exactly right. And I'm I thrive on busy. I like to go. I like to stay. That's just where I am. If I'm not doing something, I'm thinking I should be doing something. So that's just how I roll, and I like it that way. So there'll be plenty of time for doing nothing later. But right now, I'm gonna do stuff. And I'm retired. So, and you wouldn't think so because I'm involved in so many different things, but I had a big job, a career. And when my daughter decided to start having the boys, she wanted me to take care of them. So I promptly exited the workforce to take care of two little boys that were, I started out with one, and then she had the next one, and they were 17 months apart. So I had my hands full. And now they're off to preschool. One of them goes all day and the other one goes partial day. So anyway, most of you guys know this. I'm just blabbering. And I was believe it or not, I'm not really a chatty Cathy. Now my husband is. He's very much a chatty Patty. And so sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about on my videos and on lives and stuff? But I get going and just talk about whatever pops up. They do bring me a lot of joy. They do. It's been such a blessing. And my husband at first was a little bit, he's a little tentative about it. And then once we got going, he was like, oh man, I am so glad that we committed to this because it's been such a blessing for us and for the boys and my daughter as well. So it's been really, really a nice blessing. So anywho, oh, my stomach's growling. I haven't had any dinner. Cordelia was making that bread and I thought it sounded so good. Blossom, I want to make my dad's famous 0 bar hot chocolate after life. That sounds wonderful. I'd be interested in knowing how that works. I told Pat, I said, I said, you're going to have to eat. I actually was very sick to my stomach last night. We had eaten some, I don't know, some kind of greasy food the night before. And then the next day I was fine. I felt great. And I had my normal salad. And it just really tore me up. And I mean, I was in pain most of the day, yesterday and last night. And so I was trying to take it easy today on what I'm eating, and so that I won't have problems. Now, I don't know what I'm going to add to this to kind of fill that in. We need a sentiment. I do have the sentiments that I had prepared here. Let's see what we got. We've got several things we can work with here. Anyway, so my stomach's growling, and I apologize. It's quite noisy. We could put a Merry Christmas on there. I feel like we need something there. This piece would be really pretty because it's got the gold that this has on it. We've got peace and joy. Could do that. Oh my goodness, my stomach's getting crazy. Happy holidays. You love cabbage. Let's see. You've got recipes for 1-pot cabbage roll thing today. That sounds wonderful. I haven't had any in a long time, but I love cabbage rolls. Love them. Sounds wonderful. All right, let's see. I've got to find something to add to this. Wonder if we could have a hot air balloon coming in. It's a little bit much, I think. We could have the reindeer flying through the sky. I'm just looking for something. That Merry Christmas could go there. That strip of snowflakes going down the side of the card might be interesting. Okay, now, I'm not sure. This, we've got some banners here. We've got this. So you're gonna have to tell me which ones you're referring to. If I haven't put them yet, you know, because we have all of these too. This is like a zigzag. We've got reindeer. A strip of snowflakes going down the side. I'm just looking to see if I have missed what you are referring to. We could also bring in that. The first one you pulled. This one here, the longer one. Should I put it? I mean, where are you suggesting that I put it? I cut it down and put it up there. I'll wait. Jim always gives me good advice, so I'll wait and see what he has to say about it. Going down the side of the card might be interesting. We could do it like that. Or cut it. So here, like this, we've got it on the side of our house. And then I don't think I can fit it. I could. I don't know if I can lift this up and get it underneath there so that it lays flat there. Or we could add it up here, cut it off, and put a sentiment with it. You like it on the right, like this. I think it's kind of fun. I can put it right up to the edge of the paper, and it does add a little bit of interest to it. So let's do that. It kind of balances it. Okay. What time is it? 8:56. This is our 4th card, so we're doing pretty good. And I want to bring it down to where it's kind of even on the top and the bottom. Yeah, that's kind of fun. It just adds a little bit more whimsy to it. And there are some, we could bring this in, and that would kind of fill that space, some of these, or the right. Oh, I thought you said on the on the right. Yeah. Okay. It kind of balances it. Okay. They say 3 is the magic number of things. I have 3. I'm going to go for 5, I think, Jay. When you have all this ephemera, it's like, oh, you just want to add more and more to it. So I think I am going to, I just feel like this is a little bit open up here. And I realize I probably need some room for a sentiment, but oh my gosh, my stomach. I hope you guys can't hear that. It is just growling and growling. And I just think because we have the stars on there, that'd be kind of fun to add the stars, you know, over here as well. So let me see what else I have. I've got another blue one. I have some gold. So I think we could tuck another gold one in here. Let's do that. I'm getting carried away. And we'll just tuck it in there. And then it kind of fills my need to fill in that area. Maybe I didn't need to. Yeah, these strips are fun, aren't they? They are fun. So we've got sentiments. I think we could put that with the gold. Let's do that. I'm going to bring in a little bit. I've still got some errant strips here that are remaining from other little projects, so we'll just use it. I just keep sticking it aside. And we'll just add our joy on here like this. Oh no, we've released a crafty kraken. Anyway, so there we go. Lots going on with this pattern paper and stuff. I really like the pattern paper. I think it's pretty. It probably would have been good with, we've got a strip of it. Let's do that. I was going to say it would look good with just some of the floral elements. So that'll be our last card. Let's go ahead and pull it together, and then I'll show you everything. I'm kind of getting everything piled up here to where I can't hardly function. So let's move some things around. There we go. I don't like when the craft area closes in on you. So, all right. So I still have, now what I'm thinking is I've got some of these big pieces here that would look nice on here. Look and see what all I've got. Are those the same? I kind of like that one for this. There's a Merry Christmas. All right. So we'll bring in another card base. And do we want to do green with this, that dark green, or do we want to do pink? So we've got that. I like the green with it. I did it on the last card. So I'm going to do like Jana does in the audition. Have we seen Jana? I saw her earlier in Jay's live, but I haven't seen her in my live tonight. I hope she's doing all right. Is she in the live? I haven't heard from her. Just checking out some of the comments. I'll have to check in with her. So we have this, and then we could bring that in. That's kind of pretty. And we have the embossed detail. Let's do that. Since we did this one with the green, we'll do this one with the pink. And we'll get it laid down. And I cut this panel and I cut this card base, and yet they don't line up. Okay. User error. I suppose I could buy, pre-cut card bases, but that's not something that I want to spend my money on. I just buy a case of hammer mill cardstock, and then I just cut it myself. And that's what I do. So if they're going to be off a little bit, it's because I'm going the cheap route. I really, I have to buy, if you guys think about, the videos that I do every day, and, usually it's multiple cards, I'm using a lot of card bases. I know some people just do the panels and they don't put them on the card bases, but I put them on the card bases so that I can, do something with them. But anyway, so this is the embossed panel. It's one of the Spellbinders embossing folders. Queen Bee says if anybody else is eating dinner, bon appetit. She's eating. So it is actually 9 p.m. here, so I should have eaten quite some time ago. But I know we're all in different time zones and stuff. But anyway, back to what I was saying is, I use a lot of glue, a lot of foam, a lot of card bases, and a lot of cardstock because, when you're on design teams and stuff, which you guys know I'm on a lot of them, you get product, but you don't get the other elements that you need to make it happen. So you've got to spend some money on, all the consumables. And so I try to be smart about it, and so I don't buy prefab card bases unless they come in a kit, or sometimes when Hobby Lobby has them like half price or whatever, I'll pick up some of theirs and use those because that's kind of fun to do occasionally, because you can get some colored ones and use some colored card bases when you do that. So I'm going to finish this one up, and then we're going to call it for the night because it's 9:02. I know Gretchen's on, and my stomach is rumbling, so I'm going to get me something to eat. And then I got to start thinking about getting to bed because I've got to go to the courthouse tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. Anyway, so we'll have something to talk about next week, one way or another. That's pretty. Now on the last one, I kind of liked what I did. And I took and I popped the other one on top of it just to give it some dimension. That kind of helps amplify your ephemera. So I'm going to look and see if I've got one in here. A single one. Well, this is one that's got some leafy elements on it, but I could still do that. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay. I've got just a smidge of this left, so I'll just use this up and then we can throw it away. Oh my goodness, my stomach is growing. Sometimes when I do pre-recorded videos and I'm doing the voiceover, my stomach will growl and I'll have to redo it until I get it to where you guys aren't listening to my stomach. I guess I have a noisy stomach. Anyway, so there's that. And then if I can find the stickles that I dropped, where'd they go? There we go. Let's go ahead and stickle this one up. We didn't do that on any of the other ones except the first one, and I think it just really adds to it. So we've got some berries on here, so we'll just put some stickles on that and add some shine to it. I think holiday cards should have some sparkle and shine. So we'll get this, and then since it's my last one, I'll try not to touch it and mess it up, because that's the risk when you use the stickles, is if you are not patient and you pick it up, you're going to mess it up. And I have done that multiple times, so ask me how I know. Okay, there we go. Now, I think we've got room for a pretty good sized cinnamon on here, so let's look and see what we have. We have Season's Greetings. That's a little bit darker pink, but I think it could work. And we have Merry Christmas. I kind of like the Season's Greetings. Let's see what else we have. I laid this one here. This could be fun. Could put the Merry Christmas. I kind of like that. I think I'll go with that. Let's see. Spinach stuffed baked potatoes. Blossom made that. Oh, that sounds yummy. Sounds really good. Oh my goodness, you guys are just making me even hungrier. All right, I'm going to get this laid down and we are going to be done for the evening. I appreciate you guys joining me. I'd missed going live, and we're going to miss out tomorrow too, I believe. And I hate that because Dory and I like to craft together and we haven't got to for a while because she was on her vacation trail and then I started on mine. And ooh, add some sour cream. Oh, Jim, thank you. Jim's reminding everybody to do the thumbs up, which I always forget to do that. And so I appreciate Jim doing that and reminding everyone because I don't remember to do that. And this one's going to be just kind of clean and simple. And I think it looks really pretty. So let's just review our cards. So this was the first one that we made. And I said I kind of steer away from these tags that have like the ledger on it or whatever. I have a tendency to do that, but I think it came out really nice with the poinsettias and the ribbon and everything and the black background. Queen Bee says, Blossom, you should open up a catering business. So this was our first one. I can't remember what was our second one. I think this was the second one. It's pretty clean and simple. This is kind of my style, the clean and simple. And we've got the pear and the dove on there. And have yourself a merry little Christmas. We did use a wax still, so we did use one of those. And we've got our Santa Mel. Use some of the stickers for that. And some of the puffy stickers, I guess, is what I'm going to call that. And then we've got our little house with the little sleigh and the gifts and our strip of stars. And then our last one, I guess we've got 5 here, is our clean and simple Merry Christmas with the poinsettias. So Blossom said when she was younger, she wanted to open up a catering business and call it the Lighthouse Cafe. Fun. Queen Bee says, Shanna, you always do a super amazing job. Thank you. Thank you. Emailer, thanks for stopping by and for subscribing to the channels. And we'll be thrilled to have you join us on Sunday evenings and Basically, we'll be just crafting with whatever products we've got. And it's usually a lot of fun. So it's a good crowd. And I appreciate you joining and for giving us subscription for Jay and I. And just thanks everybody for watching. And I hope you have a great week. Queen Bee points out they're the flower month of December, and her birthday is New Year's Eve. So, okay. Well, anyway, thanks for stopping in, and I hope you guys have a great week ahead. And I will talk with you soon. And just thanks for watching. Bye bye now.